Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a good weekend, and I do apologise that there was no video yesterday, but we are back to normal now. So, welcome in if you're new here, welcome back if you're a regular, and today we are working on an apartment in Myshuno, which comes with the City Living expansion pack, and we are working on an apartment for a single dad with 8 daughters. Now, I don't know why, but I just seem to really like these lately. Usually I do single mom apartments, and I know some of you guys have suggested that I do like all boys, which I would love to do, but they just don't really get as many views as the girl ones, which is kind of weird and silly. But if you would like to see a apartment full of like boy kids instead of just all girls, do let me know, because I will gladly do that. But for today we are working on an apartment for 8 girls, so that is what we're doing. We are living in 17 Culpepper House, and this is quite a small apartment, but I think the Culpeppers are probably my favourites because they're just a really nice shape. Granted, the door is slightly clipping in this room, which we'll pretend it doesn't bother me when it totally does, but it'll be fine. So we did use some base game stuff in this kitchen, which is a rarity. We did actually use base game cabinets and counters, and we used a cool kitchen oven. I think the fridge is also cool kitchen. Home Chef Hustle is the what's it called above the oven, what's that called? I can't think what it's called, but you know what I mean. We used quite a lot of Home Chef Hustle in this kitchen because I wanted it to feel very cluttered and very like lived in and homely, so we did use quite a lot of Home Chef Hustle, and we used some cool kitchen but not like loads. And then we did use base game sofas, which I quite like, and they've added new swatches. In case you guys didn't know, they did update the swatches on some of the items, so some of the base game stuff has more colour swatches now, so this is one of those items which I think turned out really nice. I really like that we've got more variety now, which of course is always good. But yeah, it was quite a small living space to try and squeeze everything in. The only thing that we don't have in this apartment, which I'm now realising, which I will include before uploading, is a computer, because I just didn't think to include one, and we don't really have much space to include one, so I will go ahead and include that when I go back to edit it, but for now we do not. So we are just currently finishing up in the lounge space. I didn't want to include too much in this room because of course it is quite small and I want it to be fully functional, and I don't always play test my apartments because I do make sure that everything is, you know, functional before I like leave something there, I guess is the correct way to say it. I don't really know. I don't really place stuff too close together knowing that it'll probably not be functional, so I don't always play test, and I want to make sure that every apartment that I do have is fully functional, of course, because who wants to download an apartment and it not work properly? That's kind of, you know, why would you do that? So we're just finishing up in the main living area and then move on to the bathroom. Now this bathroom, there's only one bathroom, so, you know, imagine having 8 daughters and one bathroom, like, poor children and the father, let's be real. So we do have, how many children? Honestly can't remember. 4 children, I think. We have 4 children, a toddler and 3 infants, so it's pretty chaotic and there's just a lot going on, but I think this bathroom turned out really cute. I love the little elephants, and honestly I don't use it enough. I used to use it all the time. It's from Parenthood, if you guys do want to know. The rug is from Nifty Knitting. The toilet is what's it called? Oh my goodness, why can't I think what it's called today? Tiny Living, my goodness. We got there in the end. But the backstory for this particular apartment is that the dad and the mum don't really get along anymore. She lives in a completely different world and the kids don't really see her that often, so they do spend most of their time here. I kind of imagine that maybe the little ones, because we've got 3 infants, but I think there's 2 of them that stay in the dad's room, which I think they're possibly twins, and the other one is just, you know, a little bit older but isn't a twin. So we do have quite a lot of children living here, of course. We do have 8, which is insane for a tiny apartment, but you know, they make it work. So I kind of imagine that maybe the dad wasn't too friendly with the mum anymore. Maybe she, you know, has another relationship now, and the girls just stay with him all the time because they much prefer being here. They're all together and they have like a really gorgeous room, so why wouldn't they? But I do think it turned out really nice. I think their space is gorgeous, and I don't know, I just kind of feel like maybe their safe place is this room, so I try to make it feel as homely as possible and as very like lived in without being non-functional, which is definitely a struggle every day. You know, sometimes it is difficult to fit in everything you want to include with it also being functional, but I think we made it work and it looks adorable. Now I was going to include a crib underneath the bunk bed, but I did decide to make it into like a closet area because we didn't have a wardrobe, so I did include some clothes under there, which I think turned out really nice. And honestly, I didn't even realise that some of these outfits existed until the other day. Why, I don't know. I literally click past it every single day but never noticed, so it's fine. So we're now just adding in some clutter to the wardrobe. I did put the little like dumbbell on top of the little turtle, which I just thought would look funny, but I just think it turned out really nice. So we do have quite a lot of clutter in the wardrobe. I want it to feel very lived in. I've got a thing at the minute for making these little cupboard areas, and I think it turned out really cute. I don't know why, but I really like it, so I hope you guys like it too. But yeah, so I kind of imagine that maybe the father is like, what could he be? He needs to be someone that's like maybe like a lawyer or something. I kind of feel like he's quite high up in his career. Maybe their mum doesn't have like a you know, not a good job, but she's more focused on her own life and going out partying, and the girls just don't really like that. So they do stay with him quite a lot because he's got a sturdy job, you know, he's very secure with money. As much as we do live in a tiny apartment, I kind of feel like maybe the apartments are a bit like really expensive even for a tiny one, so that is where we're living. But I guess he's, you know, trying to save up, trying to move out with all of them so they can have a better life, and that's kind of like the backstory. But yeah, I hope you guys like it. But I think this room is probably my favourite, of course, because the kids' rooms are always the most fun to build, but we do have a lot of stuff in this room, so I do hope you guys like it, and let me know if you do download it. I always love hearing your feedback, and I just think it turned out adorable. So my new favourite thing also is making this little like play area on the floor with like the city like and the cars. I just think it's really cute, and it's definitely something I would have done as a kid, so I don't know. Anyway, moving on to the dad's room. This is the final bedroom, and we do have two babies in here, which are twin little girls, and I just think this room turned out really nice. I did use the bistro wallpaper, which, you know, surprisingly looks actually really nice. It looks like a really classy like apartment wallpaper. So highly recommend if you haven't tried it already, because I don't think I've tried it before, maybe like once. But anyway, I am going to end the voiceover by here today, guys. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, turn the notification bell, and I'll be back tomorrow with another speedboard. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.